Get it going. Get it going on. Things right here. Yes. So this whole 1 minute 18 thing, and then something's wrong. But it doesn't really matter. Let's go for it. Ladies and gentlemen, live from the worldwide internet. Oh, shoot. Sorry. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, live from the worldwide internet, Big Daddy Shin's proud to present Worldwide Wednesday. Thank you very much, everybody. Yes, Big Daddy Shin. If you don't know who I am, here I am right here. There you go. Right. So, okay. I had a lot of things. A funny thing happened away, on the way here. Okay, I just blew that joke. That's horrible. Where's the boo? So, yes, since the last time I did this, a lot of things happened. That's a long cricket right there, okay? A lot of things happened, right? I went to Mexico, and it was great. And it was one of the most insane things ever. And so, I practiced all my Spanish and stuff. And, I didn't have a true, karaoke nights. I sung, like, the day before or whatever to just try and practice whatever. But, it seems like things are going back to normal. Okay. Now, when people talk about back to normal, right, they're saying like, oh, yeah, I just wish it's back to normal. I wish it's back to normal. Okay. So my normal, right, was driving to school and teaching and driving back to school and watching some TV shows and then go to sleep. And then repeat and rinse and repeat, and do it like many times, right? So I mean, it's not too bad. I mean, it was fine. And then be able to go and see some of your friends, occasion time to time. But it's like, I don't think there's anything that's like super duper exciting about what it was like to be normal, right? Yeah, you go to the gym, right? I go hang out with Jack, or go to Mexico, go travel and stuff, right? What I realized is when I went to Mexico, okay, so for Lou and Bubba's wedding, it was probably like one of the greatest weddings I've ever went to. And then I take that. Well, yeah, it's like the party afterwards was so insane. Okay, it was like a bunch of people that were just dancing, having a good time, not a worry in the world. Okay. I mean, okay, at the actual wedding itself at the church, okay. And then you walk around the streets and whatever. But then when we went in there, it's like you had one of the top DJs in the country. You had the top hip-hop dance group in the country. It is all Mexico, by the way. And then you had Big Daddy Shin, right? I'm over there. And just, family and friends. And then it was live. I mean, when I found out that the dinner and dancing starts about like at 8. I'm like, oh my gosh. Actually, it started later. I think it started about like 9. I don't know. But when the stuff happened, and then there was like a whole Harry Potter theme, I really felt like I was eating dinner at the Hogwarts. And then all of a sudden, it's like the music started. The DJ robot dudes started coming in. And then the seamless transition from Disney music, and then they did a dance routine over it. It was like the Latino version of Coming to America. Okay, if you've seen like like if you watch Coming to America 1 or 2, I mean they're the same movie basically, and you see all the dancers come in, look kind of like that. And then when people started dancing, it's like I went out and danced, and literally, I think I danced for like 4 songs. Okay. It was live. Everybody was just jumping and crazy. And then about 1:45, they start playing the Spanish music. And all of a sudden, 2:00, yeah. Oh, hey, mariachi band, right? They come in, and then so the people are singing. I was singing. It was pretty fun. And then so I think I finished it about 3 something. And I got to my place at about 4. And then so I was just all fired up, just thinking about everything. I think I slept like at 7. But was it worth it? Totally. I mean, it was crazy. And so when I thought about this, I'm like, gosh, you know what? It wasn't back to normal. Because my normal is not going out to insane parties like that, right? This was better than normal. I'm going, right? So now I don't know if it's a thing where it was like we missed it. So today is day 364 of being locked down. So that means tomorrow's like exactly a year. Happy anniversary, right? And then so we had a year of people telling us what to do, being restricted and all that kind of stuff, being scared of a virus and, people dying. And yeah, I get it, right? But what happened is, I think from being away from all this made all of us appreciate the stuff that, we were accustomed to, right? And then so some may be better, some may be not, right? Like for instance, okay, I drove by the gym, right? I'm thinking, gosh, okay, I'm so much fatter than beginning pandemic. I mean, I thought my mind's just playing tricks and everything, but it's not. And, I saw some videos. I'm like, oh my God, right? Of like day 200. And I used to think I was fat back then, right? Now I'm like, oh my gosh, right? I'm Cartman, the Korean Cartman. So when I wear the Charlie Brown shirt, if Eric Cartman and Charlie Brown had a baby, it would have been me, right? So I'm like, gosh, my back's not feeling too good. Some of my muscles, they don't feel, working properly. It's like, gosh, I got to get to that gym. But then, I started looking at the different gyms that are available. 24-hour fitness, it's like $61 a month. And then half the equipment's outside. And then I'm like, no. Because, this one, it's fine. It's a great machine. Okay. But thing is, I can't go into cruise control and, I just, you really have to work hard to get it. And then also for weights, it's like there's another one by my laundromat that's $10 a month. And I'm like, ugh, but that's outside too, right? And then I'm like, so, I just saw Planet Fitness. I'm thinking, okay, let's see what they have to offer. So for them, it's $22 a month. And then you could bring a friend in for free anytime. So it's like basically 2 for 1. I'm like, oh my gosh, right? So they gave me a 3-day pass. And then so for the past 2 days, I was going in there. And I totally forgot how much I enjoy lifting a weight. Now, I'm not talking about like my baggage when I'm late for my flight from Tijuana to Leon. Oh my gosh, that was a disaster. Because I had to wear all my big jackets and stuff because I had stuff to give to them from America. And then so I had to conserve space. But I'm like O.J. Simpson at the airport. Well, okay, for younger people, O.J. Simpson was a good guy before. But then there's commercials where he'd run through the airport, just like the Brazilian soccer team. But I'm sweating. This is horrible. Anyways, when I started doing the lifting, I wasn't doing anything really strenuous, just getting at it. And then that sweat that I was getting, that like, when you stop and you like dry your head, and then all of a sudden it starts pouring out again. You're like, oh, wow, this is pretty awesome, right? So that's what I was missing, and I'm glad that I'm back. Now, before, I used to make fun of that place, because Planet Fitness, you go there, if you work out too hard, then there's like this lunk alert. I mean, literally, there's a bell. If you work out too hard, they ring it, basically saying, stop it. And then they had Tootsie Rolls, like, whenever you want to go and in, out, there's Tootsie Rolls you just eat, right? It's like, wow, And then, if you just go to one Planet Fitness, it's like $10 and that's what you get. Oh, and it gets better. They have once a month pizza day and once a month bagel day. So it's like, that's a pretty good $10 a month. But I mean, I'm not in it for there. Okay, I figure, okay, go to the workout thing and go to like 24 Fitness and all these people like, dressing up, like just talking about how buff they are. Yeah, I get it, right? But it turns out that this one, I kind of like this one. Oh, and I didn't have to commit to, like a year. So yeah, 24-hour fitness is like $61, but if you commit for the year, it's like $50. So, yeah. So, Karen, I'll get to all that kind of stuff. So, yeah. So the main thing is getting back to the gym thing. It's like I'm appreciating it a lot more. Okay. Now, my idea was to get this machine and then get like the cable cross machine, so then I don't have to pay for the gym anymore. You know, I'll just have this and just do whatever you want. But I realize it's like something about just leaving your house and going feels good, and it feels better than normal. Okay. Now another thing too is pre pandemic, I hated walking, but now I love walking. I love going outside and walking. Okay. But now that I'm got the gym pass, I don't want to stop walking. I want to still go walking, and then find time to go to the gym and then do this thing before I sleep or in the morning. So all of a sudden I have like all these activities, so I don't have an excuse to be like, oh yeah, you know, don't, I'm lazy, whatever. Okay. So that's another reason that I think it's all good. And then another thing is Disneyland's opening, right? So they said, oh yeah, April 30th, Disneyland's opening, and you know, it's gonna be a mad rush. I mean, or not you, but those Disney fans are gonna go crazy. They're gonna be like this. Oh my gosh, I hope I could get in. I hope I could get in. I hope I could get. Okay, maybe I hope I could get in. So, you know, some people say, hey, dude, do you think you're going to go if it opens? Yeah, I'm going to go. Well, okay, if I could get a reservation, shoot, I'm in there. I'm in like Shin, right? But the thing is, I can't imagine how hard it's going to be to get into Disneyland, okay? 25% capacity. Most likely, it's going to go up another color, you know? I mean, everything's going to magically disappear like the day before that recall election, right? But it's like with the whole Disney thing, it was hard enough to get a reservation to Rise of the Resistance, that Star Wars ride, right? And then so now when you cut it to like 1/4 and then people have to fight for a reservation just get in the park, that's going to be crazy. So I don't know how on earth they're going to do it, but they're going to do it. And am I going to go? If I can go within the first like 2 weeks, I'll totally go. After that, it's like, okay, whenever I can make it, I'll make it. But am I dying to go in? No, I'm not dying to go in. I just like doing things that other people don't do. So what's going on, Yandere? So yeah, it's a thing where, you know, people, they're getting their vaccines, or, you know, just going out, and traffic is so sick right now. I'm like dying, right? Thinking like, gosh, you know, I'm so glad I don't have to drive to work right now. But I found out today that I might have to start driving back in about 2 weeks. I'm like, 2 weeks? Wow. So if I have to drive every day just to teach virtually, then, I mean, what can you do, right? If they're going to require all the teachers to do this, then, you know, we have to figure things out. But I don't know. I think I just appreciate just life in general, right? And so I have this little, not a glow. You know, when you have like your mojo, you have like, you know, just things. I mean, just this whole confidence factor. I'm feeling extreme confidence, right? I feel better. I'm thinking clearer. I think I'm looking better. I'm kidding. But it's, you know, and everything seems to be like they're falling into place. Now, you know, going out with the different people. So Karen's one of the people. Karen meme. I think it's a dude anyway. So what happens is people, you know, oh yeah, look at that person, that person. I mean, before this whole pandemic thing, I mean, that was my life basically. You know, you see me hang out with different people, guys and girls, just going out and just having a good time. Now, you know, I'm one of the people that just focus on just what I do. I don't go out chasing all these people and go, oh yeah, you know, I love you, I heart you. You know, it's just, you know, if things happen, right? But in the meantime, I'm going to do my job, do the best I can, so I don't have to worry about all the games that people play. I mean, not saying that I don't like playing games. I mean, I love games, right? But it's like that one, the whole thing about the dating game, that's rough. So I just enjoy going and see what happens. Yes. I'm doing pretty good, Monique. So I was talking about like my Mexico trip, how it was better than my normal life, right? I didn't get to go do that many things there because I'm part of this administrator program for my school that the superintendent told me to do. And then so when the superintendent tells you to do something, you kind of have to do it. Okay, so this was the last week, and then I'm like, oh man, I gotta go to a wedding. And I remember they said if you miss one, you can make it up. I'm like, okay, great. Hey you guys, I'm gonna miss this one. Is there something I could do? Sorry, dude. It's the last one. No makeups. I go, you're kidding me. I'm going to Mexico. I'm gonna be in a wedding. I'm gonna actually sing at a wedding 2 hours before the class, ends. And then they're like, sorry, if you don't come, you have to take the thing next year. And I go, oh my gosh. And then I was pissed. I'm like, and then my friend told me, look, you know what? You just got to finish the program. I'm, okay, got it. But it sucked because there I am, home of my favorite flautas to eat in the world, and then, I have like Lou, her family and everybody over there. And then, Miriam was in town too. And then so I could have went out and enjoyed Mexico. First 2 nights, not so much. No. First night, not so much, because as soon as I got there, so I had 0 hours of sleep the first day. I didn't even sleep on the plane. Some chick was sitting next to me. There's an empty seat, whatever. I sat, and then she put her feet over right next to her. I'm like, oh, I mean, it sucks. It's horrible, right? But, when I went there, and then Lily and Lou got off the plane. I'm like, all right, yeah. And so, got me into my Airbnb. And they saying, make sure you don't go out at night. I'm like, you're kidding me. And as I'm thinking about, as I'm unlocking 3 doors, there's a door to the gate, door to the front, downstairs, the stairways, and then another one for the thing. My door, it's like 3 bolts. I'm like, okay, whatever. Anyways, that night I had to do that thing. And then so we actually went to eat before, and I thought we had plenty of time. I kept my watch on at LA time. It's 2 hour difference. So, I'm in my mind, I'm calculating everything. So, we have plenty of time. And then later on when we're driving back, and then I'm like, I have plenty of time, I could rest. And then for some reason, it just dawned on me that, I'm looking at my phone. My phone says 2 hours later, and then my watch says 2 hours earlier. And then my class started at 5. And then next you know, it's dark. And then my phone's at 7:30. I go, 7:30. I go, oh my gosh. I thought I was going to miss this thing and have to whatever. So I went on 30 minutes late. They said, oh yeah, it's okay, blah, 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 right? So I'm not even paying attention. I hope those people aren't watching my thing, but it's like I'm just zoning out, just looking at the screen, thinking about memorizing my words in Spanish for the next day. And then finally it finished, right? And then so I took a shower and everything, and I realized that I'm going to have to wake up early and all these other different things the next day. But no, I didn't. What I did was the next day I had a meeting at 9, meaning that I had 7 o'clock your guys' time, right? I needed to go out in the daytime and do my walk, my daily walk, because I knew that afterwards there's no way I could do it, because I have to do these 6 hours of this class and then get my stuff on, go to this wedding, right? So at night I was watching videos, and then finally fell asleep, and then I got up and did the walk, and then I was in this meeting all day, and then finished, got ready for the wedding, and then partied till and I didn't drink it all, right? Once upon a time maybe, but not this one. And so I stayed up till like 7:30 that morning, right? Knowing that I had somewhere to go in the morning to like, just get on with the day. And I slept for like maybe 2 hours. And then so kind of watched that day. Maybe 3 hours, I forgot. And then that day, after doing all the different things, I found out that I had to leave like at 5:45 in the morning. And I got home like at about 1, right? So I'm a bad packer. I always feel that I'm missing something. So I'm just sitting there. I'll even look on my phone for a while and then think like, gosh, there's so, you're like, oh man, I have to pack this, whatever. And then so I realize it's 4:00. I'm packed, but if I sleep, I'm not going to get up. And then all of a sudden, what happens? I did go to sleep, and I woke up at 5:30. And then I start panicking. I'm like, no. And it's amazing how fast you can pack your clothes in 30 minutes. Because here's what happened. During the wedding, right? The wedding stayed the same, the time-wise over there. But then daylight savings happened in America. So I'm looking at my watch, and then something triggered that it just like, wait, my watch is broken, right? And I don't know. I'm getting old. But it was super fun. And then so when I got off the plane in Mexico on Monday morning, I was tired, had a 5-hour energy drink. But me, one of my friends said, hey, let's go out to eat. Okay. So I go eat, and I hang out in Mexico till like, I don't know, 3, right? I'm going, shoot. My 5-hour energy drink is wearing off, and I got to cross the border and drive 2 hours back home, 2.5 hours back home. And then so as soon as I crossed that border, no, actually, Dr. Evil, I don't think those 5-hour energy things do anything for me. All I know is once I did cross the border, no, I was about to cross the border. But on the freeway in Mexico, there's a traffic jam because it was raining there. And then so I finally got through all the stuff. And then as soon as I crossed to America, it was all bright and sunny. I'm like, wow, this is awesome, right? I mean, I was so thankful to come back to America because, okay, I have Spectrum Mobile, okay? I'm going to talk crap about Spectrum Mobile all day, okay? My internet's going okay right now, but, it took, 7 tries to get my internet working. But on the mobile, okay, what happens is they're saying like, oh, okay, mind you, this is half my fault. But when I complain about my bill, it's all going to be their fault. Okay, let's just clear that up right now. So what happened is, you get this text. Hey, for your text, it'll be 1 cent. For every message or something, I don't know, something else was 2 cents. I forgot what it was. Okay, all right, that's fine. So everywhere I went in Mexico, I just got to get their Wi-Fi. But the thing is, if you guys know what I do, I get a lot of texts and calls from my students. I mean, like 100 students. So, those add up. But you figure, okay, what? $1, $5, $10, right? So I started, when I'm filming my stuff, and then I put, like one of my first meals. If you watch the videos, the one where I eat that big octopus, right? That one was a 9 gigabyte video. And then so I started uploading at home, and then I don't think about it. But then what happened is going so slow. So I figure, okay, I gotta go. So I delete that so I could upload it later. But apparently it was still going. And it's going and going, right? So I'm using roaming data. And then Saturday morning, I got there Friday afternoon. Saturday morning, I get a text. You're $100 over your internet usage. I go, oh my gosh. And then what do you call it? I didn't even get the wedding thing yet. So I know the wedding's gonna happen, all these other different things. And that's why it's like I have a ton of stuff to just upload now, but I was scared to call. I was scared to take calls. And I'm like, I got to just change services. I don't want to go back to AT&T. I'll probably just bite it at the bud. Or I forgot what the thing is. It's like nip it in the bud. Take it for the team. Take the hit. Whatever. Okay. So I'll probably just switch to Verizon. And yeah, but still, it comes to the point where, when you go on a trip and you want to save as much money as possible, you're going, oh my gosh, I paid $13 to fly around trip, right? And all of a sudden you're running late. It's like, you know what? I don't care where I park. Okay, well, let's park at the $12 place right there, right? Or whatever it is. And then I'm parking, and then it's like literally this much in between the cars. I not only did I not worry about like how much this thing is going to cost, which was like 40 something dollars. I didn't even think about somebody denting my car until like I was on the plane flight home. I'm like, oh my gosh, someone's going to thrash my car. But what happens is when you get thing after thing happens, and you start paying money for this and that, and you're like, here, just take it, right? Oh, Uber, I can just take. Oh, this is whatever, right? So I'm kind of curious on like how much money I spent this trip, but I mean, it was totally worth it. It was totally worth it because I came back so fired up on how much people were loving life over there. It was great. Okay. And then coming back over here and then just seeing, people, they're opening up and everything. It feels great. Is Uber expensive in LA? In LA it is. So all right. Hey, Dr. Evil, where do you live? You're the question guy right now. Okay, well, there goes that question. What is it? All right. Oh, I didn't see all these things. Tracy, what's going on? Okay, Kansas. Okay, so here we go. Let's say you're going 5 miles in LA. Great. Depends on where you're going. Now let's say it's like maybe, let me guess, 15 miles. Okay. Let's go from 15 miles away from LAX to LAX, right? It's going to cost about $24. All right. If you're in Hollywood, it's probably going to be even more. But it's the same distance in Mexico. It'll probably cost like $3. So I'm like, I don't know how the heck they do it. I mean, people go, oh, but gas is cheaper over there. I mean, more or less it is. It's they go by kilos over there, so that's why it's like I don't know. You see, oh, it's $2, and the conversion rate. Oh my gosh, you talk about criminals. So some people, so they're saying the average conversion rate for pesos to dollar, it's around 19. Okay, so for every dollar you cash in, it's $19. Some people do 18, some 17, some 22, right? It's like stock market. And then so if you don't know the difference between 4 pesos, right? You're like, 4 pesos, no big deal. Well, try going to a bathroom in one of those rural Mexican cities and then see what 4 pesos is going to help you out with. Yeah. What it does, it comes out to about, like a sheet of toilet paper, right? So I remember first time going to one of those places, like in the city of Guanajuato. So if you watch Coco, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's like the city of the dead or whatever. I don't know. But there's these mummies that you could actually go see. And then I'm like, oh gosh, this is awesome. But thing is, first time over there, I was eating all the Mexican food. So the food in Mexico is like no preservatives, and it's like really delicious, and it's really good for your body. But my body wasn't used to it. So it's like going through like, I was like a toothpaste. I was like Korean toothpaste, right? But what happened is I had to go to the bathroom really bad. And over there, toilet papers are scarce, and toilet seats are even more scarce. So I'm going, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? So I go over there and it said 5 pesos for 5 sheets of paper. I mean, literally 5 squares of paper. I'm going, oh, that's horrible. Go in there. There's no seat cover either. and it was in like in a little square box. I'm like, oh gosh, what am I doing? Right? Somehow I got through this. I felt so disgusting. Never again will I not use the restroom at my place before I go out to tour guide. Okay. So anyways, let's go. From Seattle, West Coast. So the first concern me never being there was to see Bob's Market on Bellevue. Hey, did you see it? I don't even know Bob's Market on Bellevue. There's so many different things that you can actually possibly see over here. But, yeah. Okay. So anyways, about like that Uber stuff. Yeah, people are saying like, "Oh, yeah, you got to wear your masks and you got to be there." And you're hearing all those stories on people you know, busting each other on masks, and like, the Uber drivers have their like cameras and stuff. And yeah, it's a shame. It's horrible, right? But the thing is, for me, I just want to get to the wedding. So what happens? I get to the wedding, or I'm calling my Uber, and then the dude, yeah, he's like, like coming in. He seemed like a pretty cool dude, right? But I timed the Uber and stuff on when the wedding starts, and then so he was like parked around the corner. I looked for him, and then I see him. And he's like, "Oh, okay," but his mask is hanging down, and then he finally says, "Oh yeah, put it up, whatever," right? And then I got, I was in the front seat, and he's like, I'm like, "Oh yeah, mask, okay, fine." Then I pulled mine down. I'm like, I don't care. But what happened was I realized that like something was wrong, because I don't think he was that experienced of a driver. And then so we're going down, and then I'm looking at the time. We're just gonna barely make it there, and then some dude on a motor scooter like told him something, and then pointed at the tire, and then the guy goes outside in the middle of the street, looks at the tire, and then he goes, "Oh, something, something, something." I mean, it was translated to he has to put air in the tire, and I'm thinking, crap, I'm gonna be late to the wedding that I flew into for, right? So he goes in, driving around the neighborhood, finds a thing, puts his tire in, and he's scared that it's gonna like not go. And then he said that he would drop me off first and then fix his tire. I mean, thank God that the wedding before us was late, but it's like I made it there, and it was a pretty nice time. So the lesson of all this is you know what? No matter what we could do, just go out and have a good time. Okay, I'm not saying go be reckless, even though, some people will look at my videos and they're going to be like, "Oh, yeah, he was really reckless and stuff." It's a choice that people make. It really does. Okay. So the thing is, I could be like all locked up and everything, like Rapunzel, singing, "And at last I see the light." Oh yeah. Right. But no, I mean, I want to go out and live life. I mean, we are about to. Everything's opening up. And then so the only bad things is they changed the whole Korean barbecue that you can't eat by yourself. You have to eat with another person. I'm like, they're all trying to make everything tough. I mean, the good thing, also another good thing was, when I came back home, I found out I was $1,400 richer. Hold on. That deserves a thing. So if you didn't get your stimulus check, you're either super rich or you didn't file your taxes. So anyways, I got that. That basically pays for my trip. I mean, I didn't pay it. I didn't spend that much on the trip. It was really cheap. But it makes me want to go somewhere again. Like there's those flights that people could see. But right now, people say that it's going to be like the Roaring 20s. All the people are locked up, right? And then now when everything opens, they're all going to go like crazy and just go everywhere, spend their money like whatever. Inflation's going to go higher. They're going to be, "Oh, you got to use that pandemic stimulus money to pay for your bills or that rent that you weren't paying for." No, you're going to see people with the newest phones. They're going to travel like crazy, and they're going to, it's going to stimulate the economy, which it's supposed to. And good for everybody. But for the time being, I'm going to hang out here. I'm going to be here with you guys, sing the songs, enjoy life, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, Tracy. They're probably going to do that too. So, anything else? All right. Anyways, hopefully within like a week or two, I'll find out about the whole how to get your Disney reservations, or right, or maybe I'll tell you where I'm going for spring break, or I don't know. There's a lot of things that could happen within the next 2 weeks. My hopefully I like to get ready for the WASC accreditation visit to my school, or maybe I'll buy a house, or maybe not. Oh, yeah, and I saw that movie Raya. Anybody see that movie Raya? Tracy, you guys watch it? All right. Well, anyways, yeah, that movie Raya. Basically, just watch Frozen. Okay, so Eric asks, how many hours did it take you to get from your home to Leon? Right. Well, it takes me 2 hours and 15 minutes to drive to Tijuana. Tijuana, right? Tijuana. And then once you're there, you fly from Tijuana to Leon for 2.5 hours. The irony is it takes about the same from LA, right? But it's just that instead of paying $300 from LA, it only costs $13 over there. Now, the thing is, oh, thanks, CJ. So here's the deal. If you travel by yourself and the price is only about $100 difference, okay, do not go the cheap route and drive down to Mexico and take the flight, okay? Unless it's you and a couple people. But if it's one person, right, and you're only going to save $100, don't do it. Because when you go over the border for Mexico and then you go in the airport at Tijuana, they make you pay a migration fee of $35 just to get on the plane, right? And then there's an airport fee of like $40. So basically it's going to turn your $13 flight into like $80-something, right? But still, it was like, 200 something difference. Still, is it worth it? I don't know. Maybe not. Okay. But and also if I would have flown to Mexico and then flown back, then there's probably a chance that I would have needed a COVID test, or I would need I'd need a COVID test, or I would need a shot. I don't know, quarantine for two weeks. But thing is, since I flew from Tijuana to Leon, it was a domestic flight. So they don't do that type of streaming. Yes, CJ. Happy Dan Patrick Day. Is that what they said on the radio? St. Patrick's Day, right? And then, if you guys didn't know, on Monday, it was Benito Juarez's birthday. The reason why I knew is because everything was closed down and a lot of people were on the streets on Monday in Mexico. March 15th. Oh, that makes sense. Like in the city of Leon, there's a area where they have a bunch of street signs with dates on them. You go, 16 de septiembre. Okay, Independence Day. Well, I don't think they had Cinco de Mayo on there. They had a lot of different stuff on there, but whatever. All right. Is that about it? Okay, so this Friday, this Friday's the show that I wanted to do last Tuesday, but I was gonna do it Thursday, but I was looking for a song. Okay, Karen, Frozen 2. is all right. Into the right? Okay, that's how that song is. But thing is, without giving too much away, if Frozen and Mulan had a baby, that's the movie Raya. I actually liked it. It's a pretty good movie. But, I mean, it's way better than Coming to America. Okay? But, yeah. I don't know. You know, I think officially I didn't see Frozen 1. I just seen the play at California Adventure like a million times. So, I don't know. I was really diehard to just watch that. I mean, I don't know why I didn't do it, but I decided to let it go. Okay, maybe it wasn't the best thing. No, here's the reason why I didn't like Frozen. Okay, when Frozen came out, before it came out, right? Disney took down the World of Color. You know, the one where it's like the world is a fancy of color, right? And all of a sudden goes the Little Mermaid. You know, all that kind of stuff, right? And it's like, wow. Oh, the world is a carousel of colors. That's what it is. And then they took it down, and they were going to make a Christmas thing. I'm like, oh. Then you have Olaf doing his stuff, all the bouncing butt, all that different stuff. And then they started pushing the song from Frozen. I'm like, I guess the song's pretty good. But it was like September, right? And then they're just pushing the song, Frozen this, Frozen that, Frozen, right? I'm like, oh gosh, you know, screw this thing. I'm not going to be forced to like this song. But you know what? The song sounds pretty cool. But no, I'm not going to teach my students the song, right? And then so what happened was nobody sung the song for that Christmas, but a year later, everybody's singing the song. That song, do you want to build a snowman? I'm like, oh. And then Let It Go. So what happened is the Christmas show season for kids, a year before Frozen came out, I could have actually been cutting edge. And my kids could have been the first ones to sing those songs. But I did a really big disservice to them. And I didn't teach them it. So Eric says, any foot massage places in Mexico? No, they have these things. They're called sobadores, right? They actually just massage your whole body. It's like, you know, $40, and like they do like the cup thing, where they put the light inside the cup and suction cup on your back, and you know, oil everything. It's really good. It's almost like Thai massage, but it's people from Mexico, Mexicans, right? And then so when I go with Harold to Tijuana, we go, and it's you just feel like you just got beat up, right? It's pretty crazy. But other than that, I never looked for a foot massage place over there. I don't have time to usually do it. But so the Karen meme person says Trump supporter shot and killed 8 Korean people last night. Well, people could say what they say. It's travesty, and yeah, people are, you know, I don't care who they support. If they shoot a bunch of Asian people, that's not cool. It's not cool with me. Yeah. And yeah, Karen, what you could do is when you see my wedding videos, you can scour, and it'll look. You could do a Where's Waldo on affair. She's in one of the videos. So yeah, that'd be fun. So they're friends. Everyone's friends over there. All right. So I guess that looks like it's about it, right? 8 o'clock. All right. So anyways, yeah, this Friday I'm going to do the Harold the Handyman version of karaoke nights, but I'm missing a song. There's one song that linked me to Mexico, to Miriam and Harold the Handyman, but I can't find the background of that song. It's an original song that we did, but he sent me it, and we'll see. So, yeah, that's about it. Karen meme, I know exactly who you are now. I know who you are. All right. So I think that's about it. Tracy, let's get some reservations. Take the kids. Oh, your kids are too old for Disneyland, I think now, right? All right. I think that's about it. Anyways, Big Daddy Shin, and I feel like singing, so I'll sing the song. Why not? Why not? All right, everybody. Thanks for coming. You know when you hear the song, that's what it means. Happy trails to you until we meet again. 2 days. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then. Who cares about the clouds when we're together? Just sing the song and bring the sunny weather. Happy trails to you till we meet again. Yes, thanks for coming, Tracy, Monique, Nelly, hola, ¿cómo estado? And then Karen Mead, Eric Von Zipper, Claudia, La Familia, and then you have Dr. Evil, Monique, Yanders. Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then. Who cares about the clouds when we're together? Just sing a song and bring the sunny weather. Happy trails to you till we meet again. Yes, it may sound like Andy Kaufman, but it's actually Gene Autry, right? Singing cowboy, but happy trails to you till we meet again. Happy trails to you. See you on Friday.